January 2024 was a busy month for us here at the Ramen Spot, but we got through it okay. Let's talk about what we watched, played, and loved over the first month of the year. We are a little late, but we finally got to experience the show the world has been loving for a couple of years now, The Bear. Specifically, the first season. The show tells the story of a cooking prodigy, Carmen Berzado, who inherits a struggling sandwich shop in Chicago when the former owner, Carmen's brother, passes away. Carmen trained in the high-stakes world of fine dining, but quickly finds himself buried in debt and in over his head when it comes to dealing with the many struggles and personalities of the staff. The show tells its story with intense performances and moments of real heart and humor from a widely diverse cast of extremely talented actors. It's clear that the show's creators wanted to tell stories that feature well-rounded, fleshed-out characters without falling into the TV tropes a lot of lesser shows would have. You can tell by how much respect the show has for that diverse cast and how much time the episodes spend focused on those characters. The actors are having so much fun digging into this material that the performances leap off the screen and grab you instantly. The show also spends a lot of time focused on the details of the sandwich shop and the cooking itself, both the struggles and the triumphs. We really appreciate the level of passion for the craft that the cast and the crew show here. A particular favorite of mine has been watching Ayo Edebiri, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, a young actor, writer, and comedian who commands the screen in The Bear. Her energy actually reminds us a lot of Donald Glover as he first started out, and we expect that she will leave a similar lasting effect on the entertainment industry over the course of her career. Overall, the show's first season gets a 9 out of 10 from us. It's absolutely outstanding, and if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out.
So, I'm one of those gamers who doesn't like playing a sequel to a game without finishing the first. So when we decided that it was time for us to finally get into Horizon Forbidden West, I took the opportunity to go back and play Horizon Zero Dawn. I had played the game when it first came out back in 2017, but I never finished it. I attribute that mostly to the fact that I was playing it on a harder difficulty, so combat was pretty tough and everything took a long time to get right. Playing games this way leads to two major things for us. For one thing, you can't really jump in and out of a tough game like this. There's so much to learn, so many skills, button combinations, and techniques to master, that if you leave the game for a while and go play something else, when you return, you'll have to relearn so much of it that, at least for me, I just have to start over because in the later game you need those skills that you've lost. And the second thing is that the story's pacing is all off, because you may get stuck on some particularly tough quest or combat encounter, and a lot of times I completely forget what I was even doing that encounter for. So, this time, at Fox's advice, I played the game on story mode, and that made all the difference for me. The challenge and most of the tension was gone, sure, but the story managed to grab and hold me in a way it didn't the first time around. The difference was night and day. I was able to follow along with Aloy on her journey from the tribal culture that she never understood, to her uncovering the mistakes of human civilizations long since extinct, and to tell you the truth, I was hooked in a way that few games ever really grabbed me. The plot is the best kind of science fiction. In this case, proxy warfare by way of artificial intelligence and runaway climate change, and then taking them and drawing them out to their inevitable conclusions. The story is a warning to what may happen if the people of the world don't check the ambitions of those who would use such dangerous technology without considering the consequences. I hear there's a TV adaptation of this story being developed, and I cannot wait. If you enjoy beautiful games with great gameplay and fantastic stories, you have to play Horizon Zero Dawn. This series has quickly become my favorite of the PlayStation franchises, more than Uncharted, God of War, The Last of Us, all of them. It gets the highest recommendation we can give it, a full 10 out of 10, and now we'll be starting up the sequel, Forbidden West.
Now for some lightning rounds to finish up our reviews for the month. We watched both the Marvels and Echo from the MCU this month, and while we understand that so many people love dunking on Marvel and focusing on the things that they got wrong, we are not those people. We are huge fans of the entire MCU saga, we watch everything they publish, and we were definitely not disappointed by either of these shows. Iman Vellani lights up the screen in every scene that she's in, and we can totally see her becoming the heart of the MCU in the future. And the story in Echo was grounded, violent, and heartfelt in a way that was just what we needed. Recommended for fans of the MCU, everyone else can safely skip. Percy Jackson and the Olympians TV adaptation was surprisingly refreshing as well. Both of us saw the movie version way back when, but it didn't leave any lasting impression. This show, with its brilliant casting and great performances, won't be so quickly forgotten. The real-world take on these Greek myths is a lot more faithful to the books, actually involves the book's author, and is presented in a more humorous, Harry Potter minus all the bigotry style that just works for us. The three young leads are incredible in their roles and seem to have very bright futures ahead of them. Highly recommended for the young and the young at heart. And lastly, Marvel Snap. This free game is always fun, with balance updates and new cards coming out very regularly, helping everything stay fresh, constant rewards just for having fun playing, and most importantly, the biggest and best roster of characters in the business. Love what they've been doing, and it's free, so what do you have to lose by giving it a shot? Definitely recommend it for anyone with a smartphone or a tablet, and that's everybody, right? So go get it. Did I mention it was free? And that's all for January 2024. What were you guys loving this last month? We can't wait to hear what you recommend, and thank you for tuning in. Bye!